Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I saw this quote today. I just thought it was so funny. Not funny, but true, that I had to share it. And it simply said, if you are not where you want to be in life, why are you chilling so much? If that is not the cold, hard truth, I don't know what is. And it really is facts. If you are not where you want to be, why is it that you have so much time on your hands? Why is it that you have so much time to watch reality TV shows? Why is it that you have so much time to engage on the foolishness that's happening on Twitter? Why is that you have so much time to see what everybody is doing on Instagram? Why is that you have so much time to waste? Why? And now we all love a good Twitter session. We all love a good, let's see what's going on the gram. But sometimes you have to put that stuff down and get into the business of where you want to be. And a lot of times I see this happening with folks who are claiming that they want to be entrepreneurs, who are claiming that they want to be small business owners, who are claiming that they want to be independently wealthy, or at least independently comfortable. But they are doing nothing. They are working on nothing. They are taking steps towards nothing that is going to lead to those things for which they want to do. And it baffles me every time. It baffles me because I'm not understanding how it is that you want to reach certain heights, but you're not willing to climb. You're not willing to do the work. You just want to show up on the scene and expect people to just hand you things. I see that all the time, not just on social media, but everywhere. You'll see somebody drop all these gems and knowledge, right? And then you go to the comments. I saw this actually recently on a YouTube video where this sister was dropping gems, diamonds, okay? Giving the behind the curtain scene on how to start products and all this sort of stuff. I mean, she was giving away so much juice. She kind of just needed to stop giving away all that information. And people came to the comments. Thank God a good majority of people were like, thank you. This was so helpful. This is exactly what I needed to get jump started. But then there were this 20% that was just like, okay, well then what do you do after that? Okay, well you told us this. Well, what about that? Child, she gave you the blueprint. Now you go build the house. You know what I'm saying? When you're building a home, you have an architect. The architect sketches out your ideas. They give you suggestions on their ideas and things that will work and things that won't work and put it all together to make it all work. And then you have a builder, right? You get a contractor to come in and create that for which you had a blueprint. All these things work in tandem, right? Most of the time, your architect is not your builder. Right? Most of the time you have, if you've ever built a home or if you've been in the process of choosing things of a home, which I have done, you have the person who has the sketch and the idea of what they're coming to the table with based on what you tell them. You make your tweaks, your changes, all of that. And that's usually part of the building team. Or sometimes people bring in a whole different sketch and architect person in, separate from the building team, separate from the contractor. So when somebody gives you like 80% of the game, you gotta do the work to pick up the other 20%. Why should they tell you everything? And to be honest, she pretty much told it all. She gave all the keywords that you could Google and find information. And these people, I'm telling you, it was, I'm trying to be respectful. Because I want to say, I don't want to say what I really want to say, because it would just, I'm not trying to be some type of elitist or something like that. Like, you know, so I'm not going to say what I really would love to say. But when you get somebody who is willing to be that open and give you that much information, it is now time for you to do your part. And stop waiting for other people to do for you. If there are things that you cannot do in your business, that is okay. Outsource them. You need help with the social media, don't know what to say, you need help with your branding and your social media marketing, onyxqueenmedia.com. We'll help you with everything that you need. Okay? So when you don't know what to do, outsource what you don't know how to do. Okay? That's recognizing what your strengths are and what your strengths are not. That's smart business. I'm talking about the people who want all of the steps handed to them. They want somebody right in front of them carving out their next step instead of them working on how to get through on their own. Because if I see you are out there and you doing your thing and you trying to make it happen, I will be much more apt to helping you. But when I see that all you want to do is contact me for answers, not even legitimately like, this is what I'm trying to do, here's my plan that I have, here's my business plan, what do you think about it, could you read it over for me and, you know, find a little thing. This is different. This is just you showing up for the answers. And I think I've said this on a podcast before. It's like, you know, wine season, right? Harvest season, wine season is in the fall. It's like doing none of the work during the year, but just showing up to reap the harvest, or, you know, showing up for the good wine when it's being pressed at the end of the season. How do you think that makes that fair when you have done none of the work all year round? You didn't cultivate any land, you didn't do any fertilization, you did nothing. You just showed up for the reward. And I know life out there, you may see people doing that all the time. They just show up for the reward and that's just how it goes. And hey, I'm just, you know, and a lot of people, a lot of the saints like to say, well, you know, favor ain't fair. Well, let me tell you something. Even biblically speaking, you have to do the work. Yes, God will put you in spaces where you didn't think that you belong, but you have to be prepared. You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Stop thinking that everything is just going to be handed to you. And when people do act like that, like they feel like they're owed something, these people, I act like they don't even exist. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh yes, let me give you this blueprint, this blueprint. When I start laying things out for people, is because I know how much they hustle. And they may just need an introduction. They may just need some sort of, you know, contract or paperwork understanding or whatever to get them to the next level, that's fine. I have no problems aiding in that way. But when you just show up and you've been lollygagging and chilling all this time, just like how that saying says, you're not where you want to be, but you chilling though all day, every day. I don't care if your business is bringing in a dime. You work until it begins to turn a profit. That's how all businesses begin. You should be mapping out a business day at least from 9 to 5. And quite frankly, if you're a business owner, y'all out there who own thriving businesses right now, business owners, tell these people, tell them what it really is. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As a matter of fact, entrepreneurs especially have to really curb their hours. We have to learn how to shut it off because it is all the time. So I'm going to say to you again, if you are not where you want to be, why are you chilling? I definitely agree with that message. You got work to do. And you haven't even begun to get started. We are now halfway through the year. By the time we get to the end of June, we would have completed 6 months of 2022. Look how fast this is going. It's time to get up and start working. This is not some epic, it's time to work. No, you really do have to work. And I think I said it a few podcasts ago that I'm not giving out any more free game to people who don't want to work. I'm not going to be like, oh, do this, do that. No, I'm going to point you to my podcast and then you're going to have to make heads or tails of it on your own, because I give out so much gems on this podcast. I give out so much encouragement on this podcast. Resources, all kinds of stuff. I don't post a lot on my social media feed, but I post a lot in my stories. And a lot of times I'll post news articles and things in my stories. I'll post motivational things in my stories. And even the news articles that I post in my stories, you know the reason why I post them? Because a lot of times they are about business stuff. Things that you should know as an entrepreneur, business owner, or even a 9-to-5er, just things that you should educate yourself with so you can see how this world is really clicking. Especially if you're a work-to-preneur. I know you guys have heard that phrase before, and if you haven't, work-to-preneur. Work-to-preneur are the folks who are working 9 to 5, who are working on their side hustle, wanting to be a full-time entrepreneur, or maybe just doing a side hustle for extra money, because we're in that stage of life right now where everybody needs a side hustle at this point. Inflation is real. So again, if you are not where you want to be, why are you chilling? Like, share, subscribe to this podcast. Tag me on Instagram at Onyx Queen Media, and I will post you in my stories as a shout out. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.